Hello again everyone and welcome to video number 30. And in this video I'm going to demonstrate the find command, which you can use to find files and folders on your Linux computer. And it's incredibly useful if, for example, you know you have a file saved and you don't quite remember where it is, but you might remember part of the file name, or if you are looking for a specific configuration file to make changes to your system but you don't remember where it's stored. There's all kinds of uses for the find command, and it is incredibly useful, and I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate that right now. Now before I get started, I just want to mention that one of the first things I'm going to show you how to do is how to find files in your home directory. Now, since you more than likely, or you definitely have different files in your home directory than I have in mine, so you may not be able to follow along exactly as I do, but go ahead and just use a different file name for a file that you know is stored in your home directory, and you should be just fine. So to use the find command, you just type find space, and then you type the path where you want to start your search from. So in my case, I'll just type the path to my home directory, /home/my username. Just go ahead and replace that with whatever your username is. And then since I want to search by file name, I'll type -name space, and then I'll type the name of a file. Now here's where it gets tricky. If you know the exact name of a file, just type that name and you'll be fine. But let's say, for example, you don't really remember what exactly you called it. Now in my example, since I'm studying for the CCNA exam right now, and that's kind of what I have in my brain, I'm going to use my CCNA notes file as an example. Now I know that it at least has the letters CCNA in it, but I don't remember if there's more to that or not. So you could actually type an asterisk, which means, it has to include CCNA, and then, the asterisk just basically represents whatever else. So even if it's called CCNA by itself, it'll show up, or if it's called CCNA notes or something like that, it'll still show up. The asterisk is basically a wild card. But if you know the exact name, just type the name, don't type the asterisk. But if you know just part of the name, then type that part of the name and then the asterisk. So I'll press enter, and you see that I have a couple files actually. A CCNA, I guess my notes file is just called CCNA. I didn't even put a .txt on there. But actually another thing that you notice here, there's another entry. I just basically have a file called CCNA stuff, which is just a list of all the things that I'm going to buy for the exam, like practice exams and things like that. Anyway, but you get the idea. If you want to find a file or folder on your system, this is how you do it. Find, and then the folder you want to start the search from. You want to search by name, so you type -name, then space, then all or part of the file system. If you type just part of the file system, type the asterisk there and you'll still find it. But you don't have to start the search from home/whatever your username is. You can actually start it from the root of the hard drive. But actually, I'm going to demonstrate that because that's going to show an actual problem. Now say, for example, I want to edit my smb.conf file, which is basically for networking or creating shares in Linux. And let's just say, for example, I just want to edit that file, but I don't know where it is. But I do know that it's somewhere on my file system. So I'll type find, then /. I'm actually going to start the search from the beginning of the file system, the root of the file system, and then -name. And I know for sure the name of the file is smb.conf. I just don't remember where that is. Well, actually, this is going to demonstrate a problem. Watch this. I'll press enter, and we're getting a lot of permission denied. When you are searching the beginning of your file system, it's actually searching the entire thing, and anytime you hit a folder that you don't even have access to see as a normal user account, then you're going to see a bunch of permission denied. Well, the results that I wanted is buried somewhere in this bunch of permission denied messages. So one thing you can do is just put sudo in front of it to search as root. And now you see that the results are much more manageable. So I was looking for smb.conf. Well, here it is. This is the file that I was looking for. I remember that it's in Etsy, for example, so I guess I could have just searched or started my search from Etsy. But anyway, you get the idea. there is the file. But there's also an example file here, and I think this is another example file as well. But I used this command to find the smb.conf, and there it is. I found it successfully. So there you go. Now there's a couple other things that I want to mention about the find command real quick. Now say for example that I want to find some files in my home directory. Let's just say in my documents folder. And I want to find all the files that were modified less than 24 hours ago. Now I can do that, and this is very useful, especially if you're in college like I am, where you might have finished an assignment, you were tired, didn't have enough caffeine, you don't even remember where you saved it, what it was called, you don't remember anything, but you do remember that you completed the assignment less than 24 hours ago. Well, one thing you can do, instead of typing a file name, -m time is what you type instead, and a -1 means less than 24 hours ago. So if I press enter, you're going to see everything I edited in my documents folder less than 24 hours ago. And you see here, this is just a folder list right there, but basically there's a spreadsheet I keep in my video game collection. My video game collection is large enough to where I need a spreadsheet. I know that's sad. Anyway, but you can see when I edited that command here, or excuse me, executed that command, to view all the files that were updated less than 24 hours ago. This is the only file that I worked on this machine less than 24 hours ago in the documents directory. So in going further from there, you don't have to use -1. For example, if you know that you edited a file less than 5 days ago, then you could execute that and find all the files that were executed less than 5 days ago. Now, if you know for sure, for example, that it was definitely 5 days ago that you modified a file, then don't type a minus, just the number. Also, if you were looking for a file modified a certain number of days ago, you could also do plus 60 or 5 or so on. So that's pretty much it for the find command. I hope that was useful to you guys. The find command is very useful if you want to locate something. And again, just to go over it one more time to make sure you understand it, you can do, for example, find, then the folder you want to start your search from, then by name, and then all or part of the file name, and that'll help you find it. And again, if you want to, for example, if you want to just, for example, you notice that the file was made altered less than 24 hours ago, then you could use -1, or if it was modified less than 7 days ago or so on, you can change this number accordingly and bring up all the files that you've worked on recently, for purposes of if you don't remember the name of the file, where it was stored, you remember nothing. That's one way to do it as well. So I hope that didn't confuse you guys. Just leave me comments if you guys need anything or have any questions. But anyway, thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to my channel.